Salutations everyone, this is Razor here bringing you the first episode of my semi-automatic week here on my channel. Similar to Sniper Week, where I go over each individual Call of Duty with my favorite gun of that certain type of gun and talk to you guys about it. And so of course, today I'm bringing you a COD 4 with the G3. There are two semi-automatic weapons in Call of Duty 4, one being the M14 and the second being the G3 assault rifle. The M14 is okay, nothing great, definitely not a gun that you'll ever see anyone ever use. But it's got really muddled iron sights, especially for long range, reasonable recoil and fire rate. But the G3 is just superior in every way imaginable. It's got nice, clean iron sights. It's got a good sized mag, decent fire rate, and some real good damage. And I've tried different setups with the G3, but this is the one that I found most success with, and definitely the one I would recommend. Bandolier, stopping power, deep impact, and the suppressor attachment. As you know, there's only going to be 3 attachments available to you: the red dot, ACOG, and the suppressor. But I've tried a couple of different variations when it comes to the second tier perk slot. Since the silencer and stopping power kind of cancel each other out, I thought maybe double tap would be a good idea. Because that way I could increase the fire rate and kill the enemies more quickly. But that really didn't seem to give me any sort of edge in all fairness. So another different thing I tried was taking off the suppressor and using sleight of hand. That way I'll kill everyone just as fast, but I also reload much quicker. But that just didn't seem to translate into better gameplays. So this is definitely what I would recommend you do, and it's what I stick with. The silencer is really decent and kind of helps with that absence of sleight of hand, because once you kill 1 or 2 people, you don't have to worry about the enemy team being aware of your presence unless they're sound whoring your shots, and you could be able to get that reload off before having to worry about more people to kill. And as you can see, I already got my Cobra up and mowing people down, as it tends to do. This is a decent map. It's definitely not one of my favorites because you got a lot of people that just like to camp in various places. But a suppressor definitely helps in this map because there's a lot of real tight corners and your spawns are very close to your other teammates. So definitely a good combo, and that helped me to get a rather good gameplay using the Desert Eagle secondary as per usual. And I'm not sure why. I mean, first of all, you never see commentators use semi-automatics. You really don't. By and large, you never really see that. And that's understandable in like COD 4 because you got a lot of people using the MP5, the M16, the M4, AK-47 here and there. But my favorite assault rifles to use in this game are the AK, the G3, and the G36. I have a lot of success with these guns, more so than all the others, and they're also a little bit of a challenge. With the recoil and the fact that this one's semi-automatic, it just adds more to the game, and it just makes it more fun for me. It's not a terrible gun, it's got really good damage, so most of those kills will be in 2 or 3 bullets, most of them 3 bullets, especially with the suppressor. But it's still a good gun, and I don't understand why you never ever saw anyone use this. They didn't use either of the semi-automatics, but why not at least use the good one? I don't get that. I didn't see anyone using this back in the COD 4 days, or even when they come back to it. And I don't know why. I mean, World at War, yeah, some people are using semi-autos because every single rifle in the game was semi-automatic except for the STG-44. So you saw some people now and again use that, but for the most part they stuck to the Thompson and the MP40 and the submachine guns. And I don't understand why you do not see semi-automatic rifle gameplay on YouTube. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to make this little mini series. The other reason being, they're one of my favorite guns to use. I love using these sniper rifles and these shotguns. And when it comes to the assault rifles, I tend to favor the 3 bursts and the semi-automatics. The fully autos just seem a little too easy. They don't give much challenge, and I mean, you could say the same with the submachine guns. Those are fully auto as well, but you can only have fully auto submachine guns. But when it comes to the assault rifles, you could have, you know, semi-automatic fire weapons or 3-burst weapons or the fully autos. So why not change it up? You know, this game, every Call of Duty has much more to offer than a lot of people seem to think that it does, because they stick to the same, you know, 1 or 2 guns in the game, and I honestly don't understand that. I don't understand how you cannot get bored with the same guns over and over again, and I don't see myself ever getting bored with these semi-automatics, regardless of the Call of Duty. And the G3 is one of my favorite guns in COD 4, and I have a lot of success with it. You know, not as much as I would with, say, the AK-47, but, you know, it's really fun to use, and when you can get a really good score with it, it's, you know, makes you feel good. And these have, like I said, nice clean iron sights, decent fire rate. You know, not the best. It's not the by no means the best semi-automatic assault rifle in the COD series, but it's the best one in this game, and it's a really fun gun to use. Combine that with the suppressor and deep impact, you get a lot of wall bangs with this gun. You know, you don't have to worry about the reloads as much when you're suppressed, and you know the fire rate is decent enough that, you know, getting shots on target isn't too difficult, which you would think it is, because, you know, no one seems to use the semi-autos in this game. But, you know, the challenge and the fun is definitely there when it comes to using these kinds of weapons. And, you know, it's not like they're bad or anything. You know, they do decent damage, and the M14 isn't that great. I definitely prefer the G3 in all walks of life. But, you know, I don't understand why people always have to stick to the fully autos. And the only time you ever saw commentators using the 3-burst weapon would be, you know, the M16 in COD 4, because it was so insanely strong. You know, there are some commentators, you know, like Wings, who use the M16 in, you know, every game. And there are some others that like to put up different weapons, but for the most part, you just see all these losers out there just using fully automatics 100% of the time. And I don't understand why, when you have a nice, good, fun, viable option in the semi-autos. And this is the G3 on the COD 4. Final score here is 41-1-9. Get the victory. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you tomorrow on World at War with the SVT-40. See you then.